I want some feedback if anyone does join me. I want some words to describe the place that I'm at. I don't show my garden off enough, and I feel like this is a good opportunity to show you some of my beautiful garden. Oh, no one's going to believe that. So yeah, we're unlisted. I didn't create an event for it. I wasn't even planning on doing this today, but here we are. If I sit here for too long, I'm going to need to go to the toilet. Water features. I don't know what the reception is going to be like down here. I'm on 4G, that's not too bad. Welcome to my garden. But I am hoping someone will drop in because I'm curious to get some descriptive words of where I am. I'll just do a little panoramic thing. I'm planning on going for a walk around a bit to show people a few more aspects of this site, but I think anyone who does join in will agree it's absolutely beautiful. But I've got a little project. It's saying it's a poor connection, which is unfortunate. We may not get anyone at all. Checking something out. Hopefully it's still filming. Yeah, we're all good to go according to the YouTubes. But no one's popped in yet. Which is a bugger. We're already 2 minutes in and down 2%. I might just start going for a little bit of a stroll. No, in fact, I'll tell people where I am if someone does join me. So I'm at Port Arthur, which a lot of you probably have heard about for all the wrong reasons. It is the site of an horrific massacre that took place here, and the gunman Martin Bryant, who's still alive and in prison, as a result of what happened at Port Arthur. Australia introduced very strict gun ownership laws, and where it happened, and they're very tactful here in that there is a memorial to the victims, and if people want information they will give it to you, but it's not sort of prominently advertised on the site anywhere, because the reality is this was a convict penal colony, and the history of this place is very grim anyway, without what happened here and with Martin Bryant. But I've got a little project, and so I thought I would just share a little bit of this beautiful World Heritage site, have a chat to some people and see how you feel, what feelings and what words you can come up with that describe those feelings. And also, how would you feel if your history, your family history, emanated at this place, which was a very brutal penal colony despite its absolute beauty. So, what I might do is go for a bit of a walk and see if I get some better reception and see if anyone joins in, because so far, 4 minutes in and no one's watching. It's a bugger. I really just need one person to hang out with me. But anyway, I'm going to take myself, can't even say take the people who are watching, on this little walk up here, because it's not far from my favourite ruins. This site's got a lot of buildings that have been preserved, and then it's also got a lot of ruins. Oh, sorry. Greetings from Port Arthur, with my hand covering everything up. Turn that one around again. Okay. No one's joined in, that sucks. Beautiful flowers, plants. I mean, that's where we were just then. And Bit of a sweeping view. If anyone does check out this live once it's over, if you watch the replay of it, if it does instill any feelings in you, look at this crazy plant. I don't think I've ever seen this before. What is it? Amazing. Yeah, if this does invoke any feelings in you, if you do watch the playback, the colours of the plants, it's a really gorgeous day today too, which helps. But yeah, if you do watch a playback and it invokes any feelings or thoughts, who else loves trees? Who takes photos like this of trees? Who lies on the ground and looks up through the trees? I've never asked any of you guys that. I don't think I'm big on that. So you can see some buildings over in the distance. There's all, old cottages and different buildings. We'll do a bit of a quick walk before I run out of battery power. But this is actually my favourite building we're heading towards now, which is kind of ironic because I'm a bit of an atheist, but they have concerts here and plays here in this beautiful old church, but it's just the stone now. It doesn't have a roof, but it's really cool. So strange. I've got really good reception. There must be something happening on the YouTubes that everyone's watching. I normally get 1 or 2 people by now. What a shame. I've wanted to show Port Arthur off for such a long time. Not that this was planned. I'm just down here for a project and I need some creative inspiration for it. So have a look at this beautiful building, this beautiful church. 1836 it was built, which I know if you're watching and you're in Europe, you're probably going, so what? That's a new building, but for Australia, it's very old. Somebody join me. Just one person. So it's a World Heritage Site now, which is amazing. And they also maintain and run the Female Factory, which is another World Heritage listed site. Here's a bit of info about the church. The Church of Port Arthur is a beautiful, spacious, hewn stone edifice, cruciform in shape, with pinnacled tower and gables. There's no organ, but a choir has been selected from among the convicts who chant the psalms with considerable effect, from David Byrne. And there's the church back in its heyday with a roof. But I love it. Imagine coming to see a band here, because we have. It's quite the backdrop. And as you can see from the site, I'm just walking around the perimeter at the moment, but you can walk straight into buildings and wander around inside them. How stunning is this? People get married here, I think. I've never been to a wedding here, but I think you can get married here. It's just so pretty. And one thing I learned or discovered even as a kid at Port Arthur is all these buildings that are missing windows. They've always got beautiful views of trees and the gardens. So anyway, let's just go on because I don't have a lot of battery and I'd like to show you guys as much of it as I can. can do ghost tours here, which are fun. So much fun. Especially if you get a funny ghost tour person. So I'm just going to go into little buildings that when I can. Oops, don't walk in the ditch. So this one is St David's Church. The church, which has taken St David as its patron saint, is a pretty little building erected in a prominent position in the township in the shadows of the ruins of the old church. It's a welcome addition to the buildings of the township. That's 19th of December 1927. And then there's a photo down there of a confirmation class that was held here in 1947. So we'll just do a quick little peek in here. There you go. Looks like a church. I'll sign the visitor's book. Okay, let's go and look at some of the older buildings. I'll give you a bit of a sweeping view. So there's a tour happening down there. And the main buildings are all over on this other side, including the big penitentiary and so on. But we'll just keep tootling along. Here. I won't take you to everything. I can't believe no one's joined. Maybe I can't go live just direct from my phone. So if that's the case, I'm just going to do a little quick walk around. I am trying to get inspiration. If anybody does have a look at this video and anything about this site inspires you, pop some comments under the video. Look at that beautiful tree. And I'll keep checking back and we can have a bit of a discussion. So this is the parsonage, or the post office. It was originally a two-storey building built in 1842 to 1843. So it was actually used as a private residence when the penal settlement closed. And but there's a photo of it back when it used to be two-storey before the top story burnt down in bushfires. So we'll just go in here and have a look at the post office. It's so beautifully preserved. But there's a lot. Oh, look, so here's a little letter slot. It's actually saying letters aren't to be posted here, but it should be taken to the postmaster to be registered. Nice shady veranda. I'll do these rooms really quickly. So a lot of the buildings have preserved things that they've found. That's actually a surveyor's chain just there. So yeah, things that they've found on the site, they've preserved. Like the tableware. Tourism, tennis and action. Oliver Twist. I love that book. Songs of Convict Australia. To whom it may concern, with apologies, please find herewith an old convict brick dug out of the ground and taken by my husband, now deceased, in the 1980s. I've always wanted to return it, so here it is. Oh my God. They should go on Smooth Criminal. And there's a lot of the Telefonica system. It actually says you can sit over here and listen. If you pick up the old telephone, you will hear Tasman Peninsula residents talking about life on the peninsula in earlier days.
Farm, Glen Isla. Like most of the farms in the region when Ken was young, Glen Isla was planted out as an orchard. Ken talks about his early life in that orchard with James Parker.
So your parents were local?
Okay, gonna go. How you doing? Good, thanks. How are you? Oh, isn't it beautiful? It's all sorts of stuff. So this is the room where we were listening to that script playing before. Yeah, presumably you can just stay in here and listen to that. But we want to see as much as we can in the time I've got left on my phone. So this is a little kitchen at the back of the post office. The little ovens. Now they would have made their breads and so on, the fireplace. Groovy. And then there's even little outbuildings here. So it would have been stables. Oh, that thing's just cranked up again. That scared the bejesus out of me. Modern day restroom in there, so little hidden facilities for people. Okay. So weird, even in the middle of the day you feel presence of ghosts. Well, I do. Let me know if any come up in the video. There's so many photos and videos from this site of ghosts. Okay, let's keep going. I won't be able to show you all of Port Arthur today, but I promise you I'll be back. I'll actually set up an event, go live, and I've got a feeling if I do this from StreamYards it doesn't... well, she said I was live on my YouTube channel. Anyway. Maybe nobody loves me anymore. That's okay. I get it. It does say I've got really bad reception too. But I'm going with the nobody loves me. So this is the accountant's house. And it was built in 1843. Again, beautifully preserved. You may or may not be able to go into that one. I don't know, but we'll keep going. Sorry. But... on this amazing site. Does anyone really want to see an accountant's house? I don't. Oh, bumblebee. And then this one's open. Look, even the bins, the rubbish bins, that fabulous rusty metal that I love so much, but that's the penitentiary. That's been cut out of that metal. I think that's so cool that even their rubbish bins are themed to fit in with the site. So here, the junior medical officer's house. Now I know when we did a ghost tour, we went into one house and there was a downstairs basement and there's a stone table where they used to operate on people, and it was creepy as hell at night. This house has also been a hotel twice in its history, and it was the base for the cast and crew filming for the term of his natural life, but the hotel finally closed in 1959. So let's go and have a look at this one and see over there. There's a rusty metal deer, it looks like. Which is weird because we don't have a lot of deer. There's a horse over in that paddock as well. Couldn't be a deer, maybe it's like a bullock. They're the ones with the big horns, aren't they? Weird. Surely it's not a deer. Okay. So this was the junior medical doctor's house, and there's also been a pub twice. Take people on a rapid walking tour of Port Arthur, Tasmania, and realise how unfit you are. I will come back and I will do this properly. I'll come back with phone chargers and these beautiful florals. You know, these ones are the birds. These are the honey eaters.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Devil's trumpet.
Devil's trumpet.
Very strong hallucinogen, the effect being very similar to LSD, they tell me.
Oh, how do you get the LSD out of it? Do you lick it?
Well, it's actually in 1863, brought across by Dr. Thomas Cook Brownell from South America to use as a substitute anaesthetic.
Right.
Boil the flowers and drink the potion, making delirious during operations. That's the patients, not the doctors. And quite some doctors had some deterrent parties here, though. You bring the chamber music, you bring the parties, you bring the munchies out by the deter. The problem being, it kills you before it does. It sends you blind.
Right.
They were replaced after 7 years with ether, which is a true anesthetic, developed all placed up in lung system. You can still buy the white and the cream version of the angel trumpet. You can't buy the devil's trumpet. It's a member of the Belladonna family. Also relevant by the tomato plant as well.
Right.
The bees seem very happy for some reason.
They're immune. They're immune. So is that, do you sit here so that nobody eats them or does anything with
It's
them?
a historic plant. We just don't tell kids about it. That's all. But
Yeah.
it's illegal, but it's unkillable. They cut it back every year to an inch of its life, and you think they've killed it, like Jack and the Beanstalk. 2 weeks later, just
It's absolutely beautiful.
prolific. It's pretty much evergreen too. It just flowers all year round.
Oh, how gorgeous. Well, there you go. Do birds eat anything out of it, or because it would kill them?
Bees certainly have the get in there for the stamens and get the pollen out.
Yeah, but
the birds try and seem to keep a distance for some reason.
yeah, it'll probably kill them. It's got a very potent aroma too. But thank you so much for that. Is it John?
John.
John, yeah, thank you. Have a lovely day.
Do you want to see the house?
I wasn't. I'm doing a massive run around showing people. Is this the one that has the surgery with I've got to say the prettiest house then. Which is the one that has the surgery down in the base next door?
It's the senior surgeon's house.
Right, senior.
It's by the visiting magistrate next to one.
So I remember doing a ghost tour here years ago, and that was so scary going down there.
We try. It's missing 2 obvious rooms. Number 1, the kitchen. Because Cook's had a very alarming habit of burning down houses, so that's at the back.
Right, yep.
In that room, the ladies' drawing room doubled as a bathroom on Saturday night.
Right.
A big metal tub. Got their priorities right. Dad first, mum second. In this case, up to 9 children from oldest to youngest, all using the same bathwater. Hence the expression, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's really good clean. It's a really solid house, over-engineered. Do you know how houses are designed to last about 3 minutes these days?
Yeah.
On this place, do that for a lockbox.
Yeah, good
Ducks in
heavens.
terms of the metal fittings, the white smith turns of the brass fittings, spring-loaded lock. The key, as you can imagine, is about
It's huge.
everything still works. Tassie oak floors, 12-inch cedar skirtings.
Yeah,
Everything about
it is
black
right.
wood.
You are right. It is very pretty.
All the original
Very.
colours, navel blue, dusky pink, lock melon, and lime green.
You know this house very well.
It's really incentive for them. They're bringing a junior medical officer who's in demand as a sub-lieutenant or lieutenant.
Yep.
Applying for the ranks of general captain or maybe at the same time applying for the medical ranks. We've got a medical officer then, hopefully a senior surgeon later on.
Nice hue and pine cupboard there.
That's a walk-in robe over there with a full-size wardrobe under the stairs.
Oh, I
And
wonder.
an ensuite.
The
If you go
ensuite.
back 19th century, if we went to an upmarket dinner party, it was instead of rude to leave the dining room to go to the toilet, they have one of those in the dining room behind a silk screen.
Oh,
Get up the table, excuse yourself, go behind the screen, do whatever you have to do.
well,
wash your
hopefully
hands,
quietly
sanitize
if you're in the same room with everyone eating their dinner.
Holds a lot of senses. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very short, average man was just 5 feet 2 in those days too.
Yeah, true. They were tiny. Wow.
Which begs the question, why the clothes pegs so high? Reason being not clothes pegs, they're chair pegs. Put the chairs up there when you're mopping the floors. Clever, weren't they?
Very clever. There you go, people. Chair pegs.
It served Thomas and Charlotte Lompriere for 7 months. They moved back to Britain. He didn't make it home. He died on the ship.
And so the kitchen's up in that building.
On the right-hand side.
Right.
It became a hotel for 6 guests, then it became a hotel for 45, and you're wondering how.
I know. I am wondering that. I'm also amazed at how well preserved it is when it was a pub twice.
In 1926, they had those hideous fibre ends in the front dormer to accommodate the cast and the crew of the silent movie. The term was Natural Life. Filmed here on site 1926. Then to get 45 guests in, that's what they did. There's a house just there, we're staying right there at the moment, and all these little rooms around the outside.
Right.
So the carriage house at the back into the parlour and dining room with 1, 2, 3, 4 ablution blocks or toilet blocks.
Right.
It's all gone now. They
Yeah.
took it away in 1959 because it wasn't relevant to the convict side.
Yeah.
So, no.
And what about the upstairs floor? Which bushfire?
No, that's it. These all
Oh,
three
no,
blocks
next
alive.
door,
Next
sorry.
But Captain's House lost the back of this building. The pastures lost the top floor.
Yeah.
All these three survived both bushfires.
So am I assuming one of those was 67? Or earlier?
It was 1895 was the first one, 1897 was the second one.
Yeah, right. So there were 1800s bushfires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This place, you got a boys' bedroom that side, 2 to a bed, nose to tail, girls' bedroom that side. You notice the boys' and girls' bedroom was lockable. Bakes the stairs to get their parents private. She was probably how they got 13 kids in the first place. Yeah.
Are they creepy, the rooms upstairs?
No. A lady actually tripped on the bottom stair about 4 or 5 years ago, and she was assisted, and she didn't tell the ambulance drivers she was allergic to something, and apparently had a massive reaction and died.
Oh, no.
So workplace health and safety came in and said, look, just lock it off.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was just curious because my friend's got Cascades and they've got a false floor at Cascades that's got all these little beds in it.
Don't much to this. Show you one.
Oh, no, I don't need to see it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just the false floor at Cascades. There's all these little tiny beds with horsehair mattresses in it. It's really
Yeah,
creepy.
one up there, it's a spring bed with a horsehair mattress. They're only about 2 feet wide,
Yeah.
not even 6 feet long.
Yeah.
2 to a bed, nose to tail.
That's what these were like.
So you had 3 boys, 3 girls, 2 girls, and the parents. So they all had big families. Everyone up here had between 10 and 14 children.
Yeah, right.
All the administrators. So
Yeah, incredible, isn't
no
it?
TV in those days. Yes.
No electronic babysitters. Can I go out that way and look at the kitchen?
Yep, sure.
Oh, great.
Just don't turn that before you get to the steps because they're dead ends right outside here. So that kitchen was actually on
Just
the right hand
don't what?
side. It's actually locked up at the moment. That's the
Oh.
door on the right hand side of the.
Go through that one.
Well, that's actually closed. The floor's getting pretty in there these days. It was renovated back in 1920. I haven't done anything since to it, so it's just sort of sitting there.
Oh,
They
okay.
established a new kitchen in there. There's a huge range left hand side over there, and that's now a conference room for St John's Ambulance, that type of thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Thank you so much.
okay.
That was amazing. The amount of information you just gave me in 2 minutes is incredible. Hey, Bumblebee. Thank you, John. Wow, okay. So, we'll have a quick look up here. Still don't have anyone with me. I've got a feeling this won't be, I don't know. Oh, it's just a loo. It's just a loo. All right, we're going to go this way. Just go this way. So I will take you into the next door one if it's open because I remember it from the ghost tour that we did years ago. So I might go this way. See if I can get a panoramic view for anyone who does watch this in replay. It's good that I'm getting some inspiration walking around. So that's actually a hotel up there, so you can stay on site. And the back of the building's all in a row, so we will go back down and check out this one. It would have been something here once that's no longer around. But look how beautifully everything's maintained. And like I said, it is a World Heritage Area. It takes a lot of money and a lot of work to maintain these sites. It's pretty gorgeous. Oh, this is open. Let's check it out. So this probably would have been a kitchen as well. Like John was saying, this would have been, oh, well, it's got laundry stuff in it now, but it may have been the laundry, but yeah, how they used to keep the buildings, the kitchens away from the house because cooks were great at setting fire to buildings. And then there's another little outbuilding. Oh, there's a couple here. So this to me looks like maybe it was stables. Not sure. Could have been a storeroom. The beautiful cobblestone floors. And these two little rooms. I wonder if they I wonder if these were operation rooms. Who knows? We'll see if I can find some information. Here's cobblestones. Gorgeous. And it's amazing, like, this was such a bleak place for people to come, and yet it is so beautiful. The plants, the cottages, I mean, just look how stunning they are. And I don't think this one is open to go in, unfortunately. But let's have a look on the board. Richard Jones. Oh, so it's interesting. There's little stories scattered around of different convicts and their tales. And see down there, there's a card. On the base you can see 2 cards. I've been given this card, which does actually get you, I think, into the art exhibition. So presumably, like, he's the 7 of spades on there. So presumably, if you went into the art gallery, you try and find your convict and their story. Being there just went live. Everyone's live. Everyone's got people watching them except for me. No, I'm kidding. Okay. There's another cottage up there. And I'm actually going to go this way because I am going to run out of battery fairly soon. And I'd at least want to get down so I can show you the penitentiary, the main penitentiary where convicts were kept. And possibly even pop into one of the cells so you can just see how grim it would have been for them. The solitary confinement cell is hideous. There's several of them. They're jet black when the door is shut, and you would truly go mad in them. They're just horrible. So we'll just go for a bit of a stroll to the penitentiary, and there's a few other buildings along the way as well. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you what they are, but I don't want to go into too many of them because they've got tours happening. Okay, so that other cottage that we didn't go and look at, that was the visiting magistrate's house, and then of course the surgeon's house, and then the junior surgeon's house is the one where we met John, who knew all about the poisonous plants. Just walking along this way. So this is the government farm in front of us. It does look like deer antlers. But it does say dairy. They grew potatoes and cabbages. They had a cowshed, stable, piggery and dairy. It was also home to the settlement's manure depot. Night soil and ashes were brought here and mixed with burnt earth and lime. So this was basically the sanitation as well. Oh my God, here we go. The thing with the horns is the Port Arthur elk. So Government Farm was home to an exotic visitor, a Sri Lankan elk, imported by the Tasmanian Acclimatisation Society. So that is over there under the tree, that rusty metal frame. It's not a deer, it's the Port Arthur elk. Don't you love going to historical sites and there's little clues and things for you to find along the way? Anyway, I think it's kind of cool. I think it's cool that people can inject some humour into a place that has such a bleak history, both in colonial times and sadly in modern times. I think we should go along here, the Soldiers Memorial Avenue, which was planted on the 28th of September 1918.